Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to build a Microsoft Teams chatbot via Voiceflow. So let's dive in. Let's test it first out to see how it functions. So I've already tested it out a couple times. Let's start the post and ask what are events. So the chatbot from Voiceflow is trained on the data from Voiceflow, of course, because it is a demo. And it should know like all the information we have inside Voiceflow documents. So let's ask like what are events? What is the prompt step? So this is the first question. Let me ask a second question. And a third question, who is Abdullah? Let's copy that. Should know who I am. So give it a second and it will answer one by one the questions. So it's going to answer the questions right now. So what are events? And voila, we just received an answer in the HTML format, as you can see, what the events are. And right now it's going to answer this question. And I've also included my link. So I'm going to show you how you can do this also for yourself. But if I click on this link, it will send me to my AS certified expert page. Nice. So over here, what is the prompt step? And voila, we just received another answer in HTML format. Beautiful. And the last question, who is Abdullah? So I assume this page is also included in the knowledge base, so it should know who I am. And voila. Abdullah Yahya is a certified Voiceflow expert and hands-on AI agent builder from the Netherlands. This is all correct. So as you can see, we have here an AI agent within Microsoft Teams. So like I said, we are going to build this via Voiceflow. Voiceflow will function basically as a brain of this chatbot. We'll have Voiceflow, which is a brain. We have make.com, which will be functioning as a connector between Voiceflow and Microsoft Teams. And obviously we have Microsoft Teams where we are integrating our chatbot with. So yeah, let's dive in. This is how I'm going to build the chatbot in this video. And hopefully after this video, you know exactly also how you can do this. So I will include a link in the description, which is my affiliate link. But if you use my affiliate link, you will get also 1,000 bonus credits, which is 10 times more than the free plan. So if you are new, make sure you use my affiliate link so you can test a bit longer out how Voiceflow works. And basically about Voiceflow, you can build here advanced chatbots and voice bots. For example, you can build advanced FAQs, product recommendations, internal co-pilots, and lead qualification chatbots. Yeah, how it works, you will have basically, you can build here your own agents. You will have a workflow where you can select your message blocks, agent step blocks, and much more. I'm going to talk a bit more about that later in this video. Yeah, you can build it however you want. And I can imagine with each company, organization, everyone wants a customized way and not a general template. So Voiceflow allows for you to design your own chatbot in your own way. You can also host it. You can design your own web widget. You can also integrate it with different softwares. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that with Microsoft. But yeah, you can do all kinds with Voiceflow, and they'll also give you the analytics, so you can see like the total interactions, the unique users, etc. So yeah, let's dive in Voiceflow, make an account via my link, and then we are going to start with Voiceflow. If you just logged inside Voiceflow, you will see something like this. Make sure you go to Project, select a new project, and then start from scratch. And then once you have done that, you will see something similar as this. You can delete whatever is over here, and then you have to copy my instructions. So in the first step, we have an agent step, and an agent step is It's like an AI agent which you can give like general instructions, you can give it access to tools or APIs, you can give it access to your knowledge base, to buttons, cards, carousels. Very important, you can also tell like when to exit this agent step. For example, you want this agent step to gather like 4 or 5 important information, such as their name, email, phone number, address, and what kind of product you are interested in, for example. You can tell like, hey, you have to generate these information, then make the API call to our system, and then once you have done the API call, exit this agent step via the exit condition. And over here you can also save the information you have asked here in the chatbot, and you can give it an LLM description for when to exit this agent step. You can also choose your AI module, your LLM module. Like in default, they have selected Claude 4, but you can also, if you want to, choose GPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, Llama, etc. You can decide how much tokens it can use. The more tokens, like the more input you can give it, and the longer the output can be. For example, if you notice sometimes, like if your agent step is going to answer a question and mid of your answer it's going to cut off, means you hit your max tokens. So make sure then you increase it. The temperature is, like the more random it is, you have to go to the right, and the more stricter it is, the more it has to follow your instructions, you have to go to the left. So yeah, that's about the agent step. We are using one agent step in this tutorial because I want to have the focus mainly about the integration between Voiceflow and Microsoft Teams. So yeah, we have one agent step, and we are telling it like, hey, you are a Voiceflow customer support chatbot. You have to answer the questions based on what you can find in the knowledge base. I'll show you in a bit what the knowledge base looks like. It has to be in this format, and here is an example format. So as you can see, we have here in a specific format, the letters has to be in blue and white, and we want it in an HTML format. So you can also choose to have it in a normal text, but then it will be like everything in one chunk, which is not nice to read. So we want it in an HTML format. Yeah, that's it. So we have given it access to our knowledge base. And like I said, we have our knowledge base trained via the information from Voiceflow. And how did I do that? So if you, just now you were in the workflows, you'd have to go to the knowledge base, and you can add data sources, which can be like separate links via sitemap. So sitemap can be like all the links from a specific website, with what I have done with Voiceflow. So if you want to do that, you'd have to give your own domain up until here, and then /sitemap.xml. And then at one time it will integrate like all the links from that website. And then each link has their own information. So for example, if I open it up here, you will see here chunks. And this is basically all the information from this specific URL. And the chatbot can use that information. So just now we ask, for example, who is Abdullah? Let me see, where's Abdullah? Oh, here, over here. So you can see here, here are some information about me. Yeah, so you can include like your data sources in different ways, URL, sitemap. You can also upload files, PDF, TXT, docs. You can also connect it via your Zendesk. And then the information you have included in your knowledge base, this is the information your chatbot is going to use. And if you want to have a bit more control on how to respond, etc., you can customize your general instructions. You can also include here more, like, hey, you have access to these tools, so make sure once you have asked these questions, go and use the API tool. And for example, with the API tool, if I open it up, you can include here your input variables and your endpoint. You can also include here your LLM description for when to use it. and you can also capture information. So this is about the agent step and about Voiceflow, and this is basically the brain behind the Microsoft Teams bot. This is going to answer the question, but now the question is, how can we make sure that the output from our Voiceflow bot is going to be inserted inside Microsoft Teams? And how do we make sure the questions we are getting is sent to Voiceflow? So we are using make.com as a connector. Make.com, this is our connector, and this is without my API key, and this is the actual scenarios. But let me quickly show to you what will happen, and then we are going to the actual flow, which is active at the moment. So we will start first with the watch message trigger, and we have a limit of 10 messages. So if for example, in 10 minutes we have like 10 messages, it will, like, once in 10 minutes, it will just answer the questions. You can also change it to, for example, 1 minute. So each minute it will check, do we have a question? Yes, let's continue the flow and let's Voiceflow answer it. So we have a trigger which is going to watch new messages. Once we have, it will continue the flow. Once it continues, we have here a create user API block, HTTP block. And we are basically launching a new conversation in Voiceflow. So you'd have to do that, and we are using the Voiceflow API references API. And we are using Voiceflow APIs for that. So if you go to Voiceflow website, you will see in the documentation, in the tabs, you will see documentation, code samples, and API reference. And over here, you can find here more information. So for example, in my case, I just needed the interact API, and they have given us the endpoint URL, which method, and if you want to launch a new conversation, you have to do it in this way. And if you want to send a message, you'd have to do it in this way. In this case, the first block is launching a new conversation. So we need this body, which we have using over here. Just launch it with this user ID. So by the next time it knows if it's the same user, it knows, like, it has the context about it. Similar as you open a chatbot, you ask a question, and then, or you answer with your name, and then later on it still uses your name because it's still in the same conversation, and in the same conversation it probably also saved your name somewhere. So that's why we are doing it, and yeah. And then we have the create interaction. So the same endpoint URL, but the only difference is our body. We are going to give it the body content. So this is the question we have inside Microsoft Teams. You'd have to give it this as input, and then it's going to read it, and our AI agent in Voiceflow is going to answer it. The output of this module will be the answer, and that output will be given it inside the reply to channel module from Microsoft Teams. I've also selected the content type as HTML, because then you can give it a nice formatting. Yeah, we've instructed our AI agent to give us the response in HTML. The content type is HTML, so now inside Microsoft Teams, our answer will come also in an HTML formatting without any issues. So let me show you an actual scenario. So let's go back to just now. This one. So you can see here we received a question, and remember we need the user ID over here. So over here, if you go to from user, you will see the user ID, and this is the unique identifier of our user. Then we are launching a new conversation with that user ID, and over here you can see in the input, so let me open it here. In the input, you can see payload, what is the agent step, remember? with our URL and our headers with our Voiceflow API key. And we are sending this question to our agent in Voiceflow, and then it's going to output it with an answer. Voila, and the answer is here in HTML. So I hear you asking, like, hey, how do I find my API key? So first, let me show you the HTML format. So this was the HTML format we got from our Voiceflow bot. And then over here you can see here our answer in HTML. And since Microsoft Teams is dark, we need the letters in white. So if I select everything, you can see the letters. And then in the end, you can see also powered by Abdullah. Well, HTML doesn't allow it. HTML viewer doesn't allow it, but you understand me. So how do we get our API key in Voiceflow? So we were just now here in the workflow. We mentioned knowledge base. And then if you go to interfaces, over there you will have your widget, telephony, and API key. Just copy your API key, and then once you have downloaded this template, which you can find in my Skool community, you can fill it in over here. So you'd have to delete this part, Voiceflow API key, and then paste in your actual API key. And that's all you need to do. And then you'd have to connect your Microsoft Teams with make.com. There are some requirements about that. So let me show you the requirements. Make.com explain it very clearly. So you need a premium account in Microsoft. So the admin needs to have a Microsoft Office 365 premium account. This is really important, or else it won't work. So make sure you'd have that. And then once you have that, you can then go inside your scenario, inside make.com, connect your account, choose which channel or chat. So in this case, we chose a channel, but it can be also a chat, which most people are used to it, of course. So you'd have like a one-on-one chat with the agent. And then you can connect you can do the rest of what I have explained. And over here, make sure your team ID is selected. So in the first case, it doesn't show you the team ID. And then you can just open it up, the map, and then you will see your actual ID. And then instead of the drop-down way, you can just copy the ID and paste it. And then you can also select your limit. So about that, there's no instant trigger unless you are doing this via Power Automation. What you have to do then is make sure it runs like in intervals. You can do this within minutes. So like every 1 minute is going to check if there's a new message. You can do this also within like every hour or 15 minutes, whatever you like. You can also give it a maximum, like a limit. So for example, if your interval is like 10 minutes, you can then like in the past 10 minutes, if there are like 5 messages, it will then like answer those 5 messages. But if there are 15 messages, the limit will be then 15. So you have to make sure like this is like sufficient. If you want to do more, you can like include more. You can higher this limit. And yeah, like for example, every minute it will then go on and answer all the questions we have like in that 1 minute. So yeah, that's how you can connect your Voiceflow bot with Microsoft. If you have any questions, you can just comment under this video and I will help you with that. If you want the templates, there's a link to my Skool community where you can sign up and you can get these templates for free. And if you want to work together, there's another link to my website and you can fill in that form, or you can book a 15-minute free call with me and then we can like discuss how I can help you further. So I hope this video was helpful and see you the next time. Bye.